Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And you'll absolutely want to hit the like button for this one. And if you're yet to subscribe, also hit that subscribe button. There's more of this to come, but this one is truly wonderful. Now, of course, we don't know when the general election will occur. Rishi Sunak may be bounced into it early. I think probably later. My view, October, probably. Speculation. Whenever it is, there will be obviously all the run-up, there'll be all the push, everyone will be, please vote for me, and all that sort of thing. And there'll be lots of people pushing to retain their jobs. There's some have already given up, of course. 65 now, Tory MPs have said they're not standing again. 8 SNP MPs have said they're not standing again. However, there are a bunch of SNP MPs who will not be MPs much longer. And whether they want to or not, they will be gone. There will be no, for them, voluntary redundancy, as it were. They will be booted out by the electorate. And there is quite a few of them. That Thursday night, 10 o'clock, they cut through to the studio, be it you watch it on BBC or Sky or wherever you choose to watch a load of sad old men and women talking balls about politics for many, many hours until the first results come in, which is what I do everywhere. I love doing it. I love election night. But they'll all be sitting there and some will be happier than others. Labour, of course, will be all grins. They'll be all teeth, won't they? The Conservatives, less so. North of the border, of course, Labour again will be all grins. You won't be able to get anything other than a huge smile out of Jackie Bailey. But the SNP, wow, they are doomed. For them, that Thursday night will be the night of the P45. And there will be a lot of P45s going out. Under the polling that was conducted yesterday, and I reported, it was my first video this morning, reported how bad it was. Well, somebody's done the maths, and we're going to go through this now, because there is a whole bunch of people, well-known people, who are going to lose their seats. Some of the names are truly, truly astonishing. And it is absolutely fantastic. Now, some will be well-known people, some less well-known. All of them SNP, all of them doomed to unemployment, the dole queue. Some will get a job, some are educated, some will definitely get something given to them. Some will never work again, certainly not for the money they've been enjoying for quite some time, and that will be no bad thing. So, without ado, we'll have a look on that Thursday of doom for the SNP. And here are some of the names of those likely, almost indeed certain, to lose their jobs. And in no particular order. Anam Kazia. Well, I think for her, that will represent a very poor investment on behalf of her father. And all those allegedly envelopes filled with £50 notes that were so quickly and hastily pushed around to put her into the running in her constituency and take out the long-standing candidate. Allegedly, I've heard, rumour has it, etc. Chris Law, another one, likely to go. Douglas Chapman. Now, he's been around for a while, hasn't he? Douglas Chapman going. Hannah Bardell. Again, nothing of value will have been lost. All of the Glasgow MPs, every single one will go. Glasgow is about to become almost 100% Labour. There is one ward, apparently, one constituency where they may, and weirdly enough, one may get a Tory. I know. Scarcely bears thinking about, but not a single SNP MP in Glasgow. Who would ever have seen that? Deirdre. We're going to lose Deirdre. Oh, we're going to miss Brocky. She comes up and has the Thursday tackle with Penny. We're going to miss that. They're going to not have a Brocky anymore. She can always go home, of course. She can go back to Australia, get a job in some kind of cheap, rubbish, soap opera. It's what she's good at, experience, I'm sure. Kenny McCaskill, there's another one. Wouldn't mind seeing him go either. He's another one with very little value, I suppose. And one I think I'd be sad to see go, Joanna Cherry. Joanna Cherry is an intelligent woman. She is, I think, decent. I mean, she's one of the very, very few in the SNP who actually seems somehow to be just decent. And it's sad to see her go, but she is SNP, and so go she must. Her only option, I think, is right now, and while it's early, jump ship to the only party that she could jump to, and hope to God that she could stand as a constituent in the same seat for the Tories. Now, there are people who vote for Joanna Cherry because of who she is, rather than her party. But I think that what we've been saying about the tactical voting now is there's more people not voting for people as opposed to voting against. And I think that is going to be perhaps the signature of this forthcoming general election. It's not that anyone in Scotland, now particularly Scotland, but not so much in the rest of the UK, but particularly for Scotland, I think it is going to be a case of people voting against the SNP rather than for the Labour, the Tories, the Lib Dems, whatever. And that, of course, will be a very big problem for the SNP. If people aren't voting for a party, which would then perhaps split the vote, but voting against the SNP, looking to see who is the nearest person who can take out an SNP seat. The SNP, now, at the moment, they're estimated only to end up with 13 MPs. Tiny, tiny bit of tactical voting could get them down to single figures or fewer, no figures whatsoever. It's not impossible now. The swing is in. And I think that there's not anyone around who's not a member of the SNP who would have a problem with that. But they're there. And of course, you have both of these opinion polls. There were two opinion polls posted on Friday in the morning, one in the morning, one in the evening. We've covered the Renfield and Wilton one. Renfield and Wilton one. That was the one that came out at 6 o'clock last night. But it was the other one that was done, Savanta, I think it was done yesterday morning. And it was Savanta that showed there'd only be 13 MPs for the SNP. It's not good when all the polling not only shows you're in a bad place, but shows you that you're trending down and that there is no respite. And even with your change of leader, which is supposed to give you the bounce and the honeymoon, it's having no effect. You've got to say that there may be more SNP MPs and now MSPs resigned to the doom of ending their political careers once and for all. And I will get out my violin, and I will play some Italian sad music on the evening. Either that or I will be popping my champagne corks. I haven't decided which. I have. It's going to be champagne. There we go. Just a very brief aside, and I think you may or may not be interested, and it's just there. Last night, the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis, were magnificent. For all those people who saw it, one person slept through the whole lot. It was I. Didn't see a thing. Zedding on my back, conked. Missed it. Got up this morning. Facebook filled. Me? Damn it. The only other time I've ever seen them, I was up in Scotland, up the Reek North. Where was I? Strathy Point area, up that way, right on the top. It's the only other time I've seen them. But, yeah, never mind. It's what happens, isn't it? Afternoon, sitting in the garden, in the heat, fell asleep. Like, in the garden. No, I came in. I was in bed for 9 o'clock and was gone. Missed it. I'm hoping that there's some more tonight. They're saying you might see some more tonight, so let's hope. Anyway, around that there. Thank you very much for watching. Do please, as I say, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and definitely leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Take care. Goodbye.